everyone. Welcome to week 4. We are officially halfway through our summer semester, and I just want to say you all are doing great and have shown improvement, and I look forward to working with you for the next 3 weeks. In this video, I want to go over this week's assignments. So the first thing you want to do is go to our week 4 module and read the week 4 overview. So this week, the skills that we're going to be focusing on are writing an academic essay with an introduction and conclusion, using transition words and other strategies to connect ideas. Develop a growth mindset, the idea that you can learn and you can improve. And in the reading class, you'll be looking at annotation techniques. This means taking notes as you read. And this helps you gain or get a deeper understanding of a text. So here we have the homework this week, and these are the due dates. Let me go over it with you. So by Tuesday, by tomorrow, please make sure you read this overview so you know what you have to do this week. Write comments on last week's discussion post. So last week, you wrote about an important decision that you had to make in your life, and you talked about whether you thought it was wise or not. If you forgot to do this assignment, don't worry, you can still do it. Try to do it today or tomorrow. Talk about a decision you made and write a comment, one comment, on one of your classmates' posts. The comment should be at least 20 words. This is to get you writing in English more and more, because the more you practice, the better you get. In our Tuesday Zoom session, we're going to be talking about what is an academic essay. So before the Zoom session, please read this information here and watch this video to learn about what is an academic essay. And here you can actually read a sample academic essay. So please watch this before our Zoom session, because this will help you. Also, this week we're going to be talking about how to have a growth mindset, the thinking that your brain can grow and you can continue to improve. So for Tuesday, read this. And these are some statements here that show a growth mindset, a positive way of thinking, or a fixed mindset. This is sort of a negative way of thinking, a way of thinking that believes your brain cannot grow. So you're going to read these statements and put them in the correct column. You can do this in your notebook. For example, I can learn anything I want to. This you would put here. This is a growth mindset. Okay, we're going to go over this on Tuesday, but it's helpful if you can do this in your notebook, and we'll go over the answers. If you can't attend our Zoom session, I'll post the answers here on Canvas so you can see where they go. For Wednesday, you're going to be reading this article called "You Can Grow Your Intelligence," and this is an expository piece of writing. So expository means it's a text that gives information about a topic, and we see these a lot in college. So the article actually this time is not in the Canvas page. You actually have to click on it here. So this is the article. It's actually about the brain. It's actually quite interesting how the brain learns and grows. So you'll be reading this for your reading class before Wednesday. Here are some vocabulary and flashcards to help you with the reading. For those of you that have extra time and want to practice English more, I have these interesting lessons and videos from Khan Academy. So these are a lot of fun. And also, you can also click on this one is more advanced. So this class has mixed level of students. So if you want a more challenging article, here's the PDF, or you can enter the library database and you can listen while you read. For Friday, our grammar lesson this week is all about connecting ideas in your writing. And there's 3 strategies for connecting ideas. Transition words and phrases. These are words like however, also, in contrast, for example. So this lesson shows you how to use those. Also, there are pointing words. Pointing words are like this and that. Like, William wants to be a chef. This is why he went to cooking school. So this is a pointing word that connects to the previous sentence. And this one too. And we also can use key terms and phrases. So if you're writing about cooking, you want to use vocabulary, terms and phrases related to cooking. And that can create connections between your text and make sure it's unified so you don't go off topic. So those are 3 strategies. Watch this video and take notes to learn about how to connect ideas. And the assignment is a discussion post. You're going to write about something that you're passionate about or a career you're interested in. Okay? And in your short text, you're going to use the 3 strategies. You need to use at least 1 transition word, 1 pointing word, and 2 or more keywords and phrases. You can use these here. These kind of give you a framework to write your text, or you can write something different. But I do want to see you use the 3 connecting strategies that's discussed in the video. And I have an example here. This week, the biggest thing we're doing is finishing your success essay. Last week, you wrote 2 body paragraphs. Okay? Some of you have still not turned in your 2 body paragraphs. You can still turn it in. Please, please, please do your 2 body paragraphs. They don't need to be very long. They don't need to be perfect. Okay? But you want to go back if you haven't done it and finish those 2 paragraphs. 1 paragraph is about a quality of success you already have, and the second one is something that you still struggle with, that you still want to work on. So those are your 2 body paragraphs. This week, what we're going to be doing is writing your introduction and your conclusion. For those students that are more advanced, you can also add more body paragraphs if you want. Okay? So read the directions. You can make an outline, take notes. And if you need help, these are some suggestions. So this is one of the major assignments. We're in week 4, so I want you to do your best and try to get that writing assignment done. You could always do it on a piece of paper if that's easier for you, or you can type it and submit it. Our success tip this week is having a growth mindset. And the person that came up with this idea is her name is Carol Dweck. So you're going to actually watch this video. Here's some vocabulary in the video to help you understand. But you're going to watch this video. And the nice thing is you can choose different languages. So I recommend doing English subtitles, but you could also watch the video several times. Maybe you watch it in your language and then in English, and that can increase your comprehension. Okay, so you're going to watch this video and then take this quiz. And then finally, you're going to write a discussion post. What were 2 big takeaways? Meaning, what are the 2 things you learned this week that you'll use in your life or that you'll remember? Okay? And how will you apply them in your life? You can make a video or write a response. And you want to write at least one comment. And here's an example. It doesn't need to be very long. Just we're practicing writing and thinking about what we learned, reflecting. Also, you have some assignments with the reading teacher. So it's all about, this week it's about how to annotate. And here's more things about read theory and Newsella for your reading this week. And here are some Quizlet flashcards on prefixes, roots, and suffixes to help you improve your vocabulary. So that is all for week 4. I look forward to seeing you in our Zoom session Tuesday. In the meantime, please email me if you have any questions. At some point today, I'm going to be sending you back your body paragraphs with some comments. You can find it in your grades and your inbox. Okay, everybody, see you tomorrow.